With that, let's hear some analysis on the degree of diversity in the DA from political analyst Sysman Motloung. Sysman, thank you so much for coming through. I mean, the issue of diversity has always been there, particularly when it comes to a party like the DA. Are we seeing anything different, particularly with what we've seen coming out of conference this weekend?
I think from the leadership outcome and what we have seen mostly that it's a white leadership mainly, and the concerns in your public social media is mainly about the representation in terms of the symbolic appeal, that if it's mainly white, does it mean that most of the membership in the DA is white? That's why you could say that. And then in the general picture of the country, we are a country whose most population is black. Then there are those who are expecting to see more black faces. And then this could say, this party represents me. So the people can, in a way, identify with the party. I think this is what, at the face value, the concerns are. But then one has to really question, does it mean when there are more black faces, substantively, does the political party represent the interests of your black majority? That is what I think the major debate about the DA is related with.
And looking at that, I mean, are we also judging the same parties the same way, or is it because of the history of the DA that we are using this yardsticks? Because John Steenhuisen has come out and said, but if you look at what are we saying about the ANC, what are we saying about the EFF, and so on. So is it because of the, I guess, historical background of the DA that we are using this yardstick to judge their diversity, whereas we don't do the same with other parties?
Yeah, I think that is definitely the case. This is a predominantly white, and its votes come from the National Party, which others could say was a racist political party. And if you are transforming that party, then you have to be intentional about showing black faces and representation of these previously marginalized groups in that party. Definitely, you would also see in how the ANC recent leadership, it was that concern that because there was no white people, no colors, the ANC was brought to task that you are not transformed, you are not representative. And they were started talking about co-opting. I don't know how far the ANC has gone with that. But then, generally, it's easy to forgive black political parties because they don't have white faces there. I think is the aspect, and I don't know if this is correct. I hear people usually saying it is impossible for black people to be racist. Now, it's a matter of saying if that DA has only white people, it insinuates that they are racist. But if your EFF or PAC has only black faces, it is not racist. It does not discriminate or exclude white people. Then in defense, they would say, but white people don't come. They don't want to be part of us. They don't contest election in our party. Unlike the DA, where you do have black people who are showing interest to lead, but it seems as if the electorate within that party are not giving them that chance.
Are we seeing, though, that diversity, even maybe in a very small scale, happening within the DA in this regard? Or, because I mean, we've come to a point where they've even had Mmusi Maimane as their leader, which to a certain extent other people say it was a failed experiment. But are we seeing that at least attempt in diversity?
Yeah, I think people started talking about the DA and black leadership when they were the Mmusi Maimane, the Mazibuko, I think it's Linto Mazibuko,
yes,
who was there, and how they were driven out, and then there were these aspersions of a failed experiment that comes through. But let's look in townships. The DA has really good representations in our townships. That's where black people are, and representatives are black. I think black people do resonate with the DA. They support it, and others are their activists. what is the concern here? It seems as if, and this is not only a DA issue, it's when we talk about race politics in South Africa, in the NGO sector, where in the DA it seems as if black people are foot soldiers. In the NGO sector, it's still the case that your big NGOs are white-led and they are well-funded, and these black NGOs that are poor, they are the ones that go for protesting, and picketing. That dynamic of racial politics is something that is ingrained in our social fabric and debates. It is something that is not easily, maybe we can get rid of that easily. So that's why I was saying, can it be something, not an experiment, but intentionally speaking on how we represent the demographics of our country in the top executive positions of these political parties.
All right, Sysman, unfortunately we're out of time. We're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming through to talk to us. That is political analyst Sysman Motloung talking to us about the issue of diversity within the Democratic Alliance, and a question that many people have raised, that when there is a march, you see the foot soldiers, many of them being black, but when it comes to leadership positions, it's a different picture. But as I said to Sysman also, on the other end, are we using the same yardstick to measure parties like the EFF and the ANC?